All right, I will try to concentrate on the aesthetics first with the new Scream trailer, but there is some politics. In fact, that plays into that this trailer is not getting as much buzz as the first trailer, which got 12 million views. So there you go. And again, with YouTube, you can pump up the numbers, but it seemed to got pretty good reception. I did not find the first one all that impressive. This one, I think it's a lot better trailer, but that's mainly the Ghostface. I think just the voice actor they have for Ghostface is excellent. Just every time he speaks, he's just frightening. So this one definitely felt like the Ghostface is menacing and powerful, which you want in a horror movie. Beyond that, certain things just, I'm having a lot of questions. And believe me, the first trailer, you have a lot of questions too, but these are just like puzzling. So hopefully, I think they're going to go down a certain route, which could be interesting. But if the leaks are true, this could be pretty pathetic and stupid. So what do we see? Well, basically, Sydney's arming herself to kill the Ghostface. The Ghostface seems to know her because he or she keeps saying, oh, I'm going to get all the people you love and they're going to suffer. So apparently, he or she knows Sydney or pretends to know. Again, the Ghostface here could be a psychopath. So, right, villains lie to you. So the villain is lying, maybe. Okay, and we just get a lot of kind of nostalgia, like we're going through the old movies. And we see clearly, because again, the way I understand it, Sydney's husband, again, this is no spoiler, I'm just going through the broad strokes in the trailer. Sydney's husband is a police officer, and it appears he's going to get killed. Several other people are going to get killed, including maybe some of the people from Scream 6, who I no longer care about, so have at it, I don't care about those people anymore. And the daughter's clearly a big target for the Ghostface. And we see Gail talking to Sydney. Beyond that, we don't get a lot, but we get a lot of the same fire imagery and the shot of this psychiatric hospital. So it does seem Sydney will be taking on some mentally disturbed fan or hater or something or other. And some of the other stuff is also there, but that's already been covered. I think, that there's going to be a killing early in the film. They did that more extensively in the first trailer, which maybe it'll be more consequential or more important, but it just seems a little flashy. So I would say the directing was much stronger in this trailer. So I don't know if they just worked on the editing or they reshot a few things, but this looked much more tight and cohesive. That said, what it's implying, frankly, seems silly. Because from Scream 6, Sydney was in hiding. So now she's just openly making herself a target. Don't know. And one thing that really bothered me, if I have to say the worst thing, is the way Gail is talking. Again, we don't know if this is like in the same scene. It seems to imply they're definitely talking to each other very closely. So Gail is just asking her, oh yeah, your daughter's like being targeted. It's like she was like the same age when you were targeted. I'm like, huh? Why would Gail, who has been terrorized herself, know Sydney? Granted, the relationship has always been like a little bit all over the place, but why would she talk like that? And Sydney looks so surprised, like, wow, what are you doing? What are you talking like this? It just, I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, I get it. Maybe it's a cheeky, ironic moment, a wink meta moment to the audience, but I'm like, that just seems radically inappropriate. Like, yeah, my daughter's being terrorized by a psychopath. Maybe let's not do tabloid stuff on live television. Just felt really, really strange. Also, it doesn't seem like Gail needs to be there. It seems like she's just there. Say, hey, look, there's Gail. Remember Gail? She was in the older films. Remember the older films? So there you go. So I can't really hide my disgust. It just felt, this is better than the first one. It does look above average at least, but it just feels like we've got a smaller cast. We've got new victims, and the Ghostface is, oh, I'm really going to hurt you this time, Sydney. It just seems really pathetic. But now we have to get a little bit into the politics, because I'm like, it is what it is. So the obvious critical question for the story, let's just finish the story, is this Stu? There are hints Stu is going to come back. I have to disappoint you guys. I don't think it's going to be Stu. So it's going to be a Stu clone who's going to terrorize Sydney. And clearly they're implying, because the daughter's in danger and Sydney's got a gun, the Stu clone is going to be destroyed. Okay, I mean, good or bad, in Scream 6, to be consistent, you're going to go to my reviews. I have them on my other channels. I'll put them on this channel. I did say to people, I think Scream 6 did a lot of great things, but I think it was a bad movie. I think it was a really bad movie. So it's painful, because they did construct it pretty well for 2/3, but then when they brought it all home, you're like, really? But the point would be, at least that was a mystery. You were like, okay, who is the Ghostface? Here they're kind of telling you it's clearly, oh yeah, the Ghostface is like some mental ward psycho. Okay. That doesn't feel, it feels very flat. Like, so Sydney's just going to take on some psychopath who had a fixation for her for decades. Why? Why Sydney? Why not Gail? Gail's a celebrity. Like, why her in particular? And it's like, oh, well, it's Neve Campbell. And listen, I don't hate Neve Campbell, but this feels like it's Neve Campbell playing Neve Campbell, not Sydney. And this kind of girl power Buffy moment. She said, I'm going to get a gun. I'm going to take you on. But canonically in Scream 6, you ran away and hid yourself. So now we're like, why is she now Buffy, Linda Hamilton, Terminator 2 woman? I don't know. And this is just becoming a normal thing now with a lot of these horror movies with women. Women now take on the gun, and it's become this old trope now with, Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm going to get a gun, Michael, and I've got feminist power with a gun. And it's just like, it's just been down now 10 times already, and we're just going to do this now with Scream. And like, okay, I guess. Also, Sydney's pretty athletic. Why does she need a gun? Just get a good baseball bat. I don't know. But now we got to get to the politics. So this is getting just over 1 million views. The last major one got 12 million views. So I'm like, I think it is what it is. And we can't ignore totally the politics that this is being made by very right-wing Zionists who are very close to the Trump administration. And back in real world, the Trump administration quite literally killed an innocent woman before cameras. Sadly, the killing of Renee. And it's just horrifying. And it's just like, it just doesn't mix well. Because again, a lot of people are like, just ignore the Trump, the Zionist thing. Really? And that's what the theme is for this movie. It's like, these women are being terrorized by Ghostface. But in real life, Trump is terrorizing women. And the people behind the movie are like, yeah, we like that guy. We're pro-Trump. We're for that. So in real life, the guys behind this are like, killing women, innocent women, that's okay. But in the fiction, oh, no. Killing innocent, no, that's bad, Ghostface. You're very bad now. So it's just not mixing well. That said, just judged purely, this is not total garbage, but it does feel like bells and whistles were not really elevating what Wes Craven did. I mean, in fact, if anything, a lot of the meta, clever things about Scream are kind of lost because now it's like, oh, it's just a straightforward thriller. But unless this is Stu, and he said it's not Stu, what's the connection to Sydney? Why would this person be fixated on Sydney? And they already pulled this card. They already did this for technically Scream 5. They did this with Scream 4. They already dealt with people obsessed with Scream culture. So story-wise, and they already did the Hollywood movie with Scream 3. So it's sort of like, this seems more of like for the new fans who jumped in with Scream 5 and 6, but most of those characters have now been sidelined, right? We don't have Jenny Ortega, right? We don't even have a lot of the cast of Scream 5 and Scream 6. So it's sort of like for political reasons. So it's like, this is so confusing. So now they're just whiplash going back to Sydney. Even though clearly part 5 was like, okay, we're done with Sydney. Bye-bye. We've had your 5 Pentagon movie feminist girl power moment. Let's move on. No, she's coming back. So it just feels really fake and phony. And I don't hate the lead actresses, but man, they are not very compelling. So it just feels like peanut butter Scream again, sadly. So I'm going to give the trailer, I think, a very fair, I'm going to say 6.5. I'll say it's 6.5. I think it was above average, but do I want to pay to see this? No. I mean, Scream 6, again, not a good movie. That's another problem. It was, at the end of the day, not a good movie. But the Ghostface mystery for a while was compelling. This doesn't seem like it's going to have that. It's just going to be very obvious that Sydney and the daughter at the end will unite, girl power, and beat up 1 or 2 Ghostfaces. Yeah, boom, boom. And they'll have a Batgirl moment and yay! And then we'll have another trilogy, but now with the daughter. The daughter will be Sydney 2.0. She'll be she'll take on Freddy Krueger next and Jason Voorhees and plow them down. And like, it just seems so brain dead. Just seems so brain dead and actually insulting to feminism. I mean, you can have many issues with John Carpenter, right? American Psycho, but when feminist horror is done well, it's actually pretty good. But this just feels like so lazy, and it now politically is disgusting because, hey, give us the money to hand over to fascists to kill innocent women. There you go. Fascist feminism coming to Scream 7. Oh boy. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Pretty lame.